Then, 6 days before the Passover, Jesus came to Bethany, where Lazarus was who had been dead, whom he had raised from the dead. There they made him a supper, and Martha served, but Lazarus was one of those who sat at the table with him. Then Mary took a pound of very costly oil of spikenard, anointed the feet of Jesus, and wiped his feet with her hair, and the house was filled with the fragrance of the oil. Then one of his disciples, Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, who would betray him, said, "Why was this fragrant oil not sold for 300 denarii and given to the poor?" This he said, not that he cared for the poor, but because he was a thief, and had the money box, and he used to take what was put in it. Then Jesus said, "Let her alone. She has kept this for the day of my burial. For the poor you have with you always, but me you do not have always." Now a great many of the Jews knew that he was there, and they came, not for Jesus' sake only, but that they might also see Lazarus, whom he had raised from the dead. But the chief priests plotted to put Lazarus to death also, because on account of him many of the Jews went away and believed in Jesus. The next day a great multitude that had come to the feast, when they heard that Jesus was coming to Jerusalem, took branches of palm trees and went out to meet him, and cried out, "Hosanna! Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. The King of Israel." Then Jesus, when he had found a young donkey, sat on it, as it is written, "Fear not, daughter of Zion. Behold, your king is coming, sitting on a donkey colt." His disciples did not understand these things at first, but when Jesus was glorified, then they remembered that these things were written about him and that they had done these things to him. The multitude then, who were with him when he called Lazarus out of the tomb and raised him from the dead, bore witness. For this reason also the multitude went and met him, because they heard that he had done this sign. The Pharisees therefore said among themselves, "Do you see that you are accomplishing nothing? Look, the world has gone after him." Then Jesus, when he had cried out, saying, "Whoever believes in me, believes not in me but in him who sent me, and he who sees me sees him who sent me." He said these things while he taught in the temple, and he cried out and said, "Whoever believes in me, believes not in me but in him who sent me, and he who sees me sees him who sent me." Then some of the rulers among the Pharisees cried out, "Do we see that we are accomplishing nothing? Look, the world has gone after him." But there were certain of the rulers who believed in him, but because of the Pharisees they did not confess him, lest they should be put out of the synagogue, for they loved the praise of men more than the praise of God.